Hi, I'm Jen and welcome to the Firespiral Friday Roundup. So before I start, I'm going to show you my new dress, which I love. It's a fleecy jumper dress and it's been dyed for me by Lindsay at the Hippie Dyer. I'll put a link to her amazing stuff, but she does bespoke dyeing of all sorts of things and does a brilliant job. And this is very Aurora inspired, very galaxy-ish. I love it. And because I work from home, I don't tend to make much of an effort in the clothes that I wear every day. I tend to wear things that are warm and comfortable, so it is nice to wear something that feels a bit special. And one of the other ways that I dress myself up when I'm just in jeans and t-shirts or jogging bottoms and t-shirts, as I wear most days, is with our scarves. I'm just taking the dog for a walk this morning. He's fast asleep now because we went over the moors and it was very tiring for him. He had a great time, and I was wearing this Halcyon Chryso birch tree scarf, which is upside down. There we are. And it was brilliant because we were up on the moors and it was not particularly cold but very windy, and it just gives me a nice way to keep the wind off and it feels special, and that's what I like. I don't tend to wear scarves that much because I like things to be really simple. So the thing that I go for is either a cowl. We sell short cowls which you just pop over your head and that's it, job done. Or these are loop scarves, and they look very dressy and they feel nice to wear. They're really practical and they're really easy, which is all the things I like. And so they've got a French seam so that you can wear them either way out. They're made by our seamstress, by Judith. And these ones here are all reduced size pattern, so you get the whole of the star map or the birch trees or the sea foam that I'm going to show you. And they just, you pop it over your head, twist it, pop it over again, sort your hair out if you've got too much hair like me, and there we go. And instantly it makes me feel like I'm wearing an outfit rather than just my jeans and my t-shirts, and people think that I've made more of an effort than I have, and it's nice and warm and it's easy to take on and off. And these I can either, if I'm up there and it's windy, I can pull them up over my head and keep my head nice and warm without having to wear a hat. So that's one that we've got in stock at the moment. Yeah. And the other thing that you can do with this is get this scarf cloth made into bags by Alison at Absolute Bobbins, which makes a beautiful bag because you get the whole of the pattern across the body and across the strap as well. This is the one I wear probably the most often because it's so brightly coloured and goes with everything. And this is 100% cotton and very, very thin, really fine cotton, thinner than we usually make our wraps. And so it just scrunches up really easily. There we go. See how simple that is? I love it. And then the other one that I've got here, which I may as well show you, is the birch trees. So this is the Halcyon Chryso birch trees. It's a lovely, the 50% linen, 50% comb cotton. And they go beautifully with my dress. So those are loop scarves, but we have flat scarves, loop scarves, and cowls, all either in stock, or it will give you the option for us to sew one for you, and we can do it. The scarves are really long. They're made like a small wrap, so they do work as doll wraps for mini people, little children. My daughter used to carry her teddies and what have you in them and would pinch them. We also, nowadays I have quite a few scarves because I tend to like all the ones we make. And I use them as table runners and all sorts of stuff. It's nice having beautiful pieces of cloth in the house that I can go, oh, I'll use that to tie this back or whatever. There you go. So the other thing that I'm going to talk to you about is sling rings, not ring slings, sling rings. Yeah, that just makes me laugh more than it should. Sling rings, ring slings. And I get them mixed up. So these are sling rings, and they are what you sew into a ring sling. But we'll also sell them separately in pairs, in matching pairs. And these are handy for using as a no-sew ring sling. So rather than having the rings sewn into the shoulder, you just pull them through the cloth, put both pieces through, and you can use like a ring sling. But personally, I think that's a bit awkward. I think that if you're going to use a short wrap like that, you're better off just tying a slip knot, or having a ring sling with the rings sewn in. The reason that I use them is for either fancy finishes or for making more of the length that you've got. So if your wrap isn't quite long enough to tie a comfortable knot, use fastening with the sling rings will mean that you can do that same carry with a lot less length than you would normally need, because you don't need the extra 20 or 30 centimetres to tie the knot. And that, given that there's only 50 centimetres between each size, it almost means that you can use a whole size down for some carries, or it'll open up the range of carries that you can do. So I think they're really handy to have around, and they do come in use for all sorts of things. You can use them for breaking in wraps. Not that our wraps need breaking in much. We use them for rigging up swings when the kids are playing, what have you. So we have these, which are an aqua blue, and we have these ones, which I'm not sure you can see that. They're a rose gold. Perhaps they're better if I hold them all together. So there's the rose gold, which is a warm shade, and then there's the champagne, which is a cooler but still neutral shade. They're not silver because, oops, I'm going to knock my phone off. That is the silver. You can see them better on our website, really. And then we have these lovely dark bronze ones. So we're going to add lots more carries to show you, carrying tutorials, sorry, to show you how you can use the ring slings. You can use some carries, you can just use one, or some you use two to fasten or what have you. But yeah, so they're in our shop, and obviously they are high quality and they are completely solid units. They're not, I've forgotten the word, they've not got a seal, not got a join, they're not welded, that's the word. There we are. There we go. I've made them not fall down. Right, I think that's all I was going to tell you. Yeah, I always forget. I should probably write it down and then I would know. Right, okay, well, we'll speak to you soon.